There you heard it. That was thunder and destruction straight from Adrian Emsley's hands here, holding his Les Paul, going through the TH100. Adrian, how you doing today?
Pretty good, not too shabby.
It is Sunday, so we're getting down on our energy levels, but we are psyched to see and hear the TH100. Will you talk to us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's the same preamp and effects loop as the 30. Offset the power section slightly, so you got on half power it's running on class AB1 Kenobi. On full power it's AB2. So you get a totally different response out of the two. You get 35 watts 2 tubes, 70 watts 2 tubes. Kick it up to class AB2, you get 50 and 100 2 and 4 tubes.
Excellent. So if you want to play a little bit more, let's see, give us the different tones and settings you can do on here with the different dirty and clean switches here. And the thing to really point out is like how Adrian has it dialed up. The volume is probably what on a 1.5, a 2, and the bass isn't even really cranked up, and so it has a lot of headroom. It has a lot of volume at the con.
The clean channel you can use it like a vintage amp and floor it if you want, you know, and it'll cut the mustard.
Yeah.
That was on 70 watts. I think that's my favourite setting, which is class AB1. It's much closer to class A than than the full power setting, which is like a classic 100 watt. It's going to be coming out of China, although it was designed fully in the UK, even down to every last transformer turn. It also has 4 individual multi-turn bias pots for each tube, one for each tube. So you can actually, they should be coming out of the factory matched up perfectly, you know.
And when you're voicing it, off the TH30, obviously, we're in the line of the line of what you got going with the rocker verbs and the thunder verbs. Where do you think this falls in line with vocabulary-wise of your amplifiers?
This is the first Class AB tube amp that we've got coming out of the Chinese factory, which obviously there's a learning curve there, as in assembly and stuff, because stuff's a lot heavier.
What do you look for to make sure that the stuff that comes out of there is orange approved?
We get pretty good QC out of there, and obviously you have to keep a very close eye on it,
Yeah.
But to be honest, it just allows us to offer more amp for the money, because I haven't skimped on anything on here. The power supply is like really sophisticated. It's got a choke. I haven't skimped on the choke. The transformers are the full size, The output transformer is the 8-section one used in the rocker verbs, Every turn, the insulation's the same, everything's the same, So I've deliberately tried not to skimp on it in any way. Make a proper 100-watt amp, not sort of like omit to put the choke in. Like a lot of companies do, make the transformers smaller, cheaper. I didn't want to cheapen it. I just wanted to be able to offer it for a more affordable price.
So, obviously we already heard the clean tone and a little bit of the dirty on the way in on the video. Orange is known for the distortion and stuff. I know Jordan Wagner of Premier Guitar just did a TH30 review, and what he said was, obviously what everyone that plays Orange amps loves the distortion and the heavy and the really oomph that they get from the amp. So if you want to dial up in the dirty channel and see what Adrian Emsley likes through this TH100.
You might have to turn the input gain down on that.
And when you're, obviously you totally.
That's how I like to use them.
So when you're
gain, more bounce.
So when you're, voicing that, is that what you're looking for? That, when you want to turn on an amp, is that kind of like your go-to setting that you would like to hear and want to achieve as a designer?
It's got to be made to suit a lot of different styles, you know. That's why the gain's available on that channel, but you don't have to use it like that. It will clean completely up, actually, if you... There you go, there's the lead channel cleaned up. You know, there's not many lead channels that go that clean, especially when they've got this amount of... that amount of gain available.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking us through the TH100. If people want to go online and find more stuff about it, whether it's the TH100, the 30, or any other amps in your line, where should they go online?
Just look on orangeamps.com. That'll give you a list of dealers, maps, all that stuff. You know, it's all up there.
Alrighty. Thank you very much for showing us, Adrian.
Thank you very much. Have a great show.
Thank you. This is Chris Keys for PremierGuitar.com. You're watching 4 NAMM 2011.